Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students and viewers. Welcome to my YouTube channel Digital Empire. In this video we are going to cover the solution of the GDB of the subject Business Ethics MGT610 whose last date for submission is 7th June 2023. So let's start reading the GDB discussion statement, then we will move to the requirement, finally we will discuss the solution. Utilitarianism, a consequentialist ethical background, argues that when choosing ice cream for oneself, the more preferred choice is the flavor that maximizes individual pleasures. If an individual has a preference for chocolate but dislikes vanilla, the utilitarian viewpoint suggests choosing chocolate for the pleasure it brings and avoiding vanilla to prevent displeasure. From a utilitarian viewpoint, the primary focus is on maximizing overall happiness or pleasure. By choosing the flavor that brings the most pleasure, the individual prioritizes their own well-being and immediate satisfaction. This aligns with the utilitarian goal of maximizing personal happiness and satisfactions. Furthermore, avoiding flavors that bring about displeasure is consistent with the utilitarian principle of minimizing pain or suffering. If the individual dislikes vanilla, consuming it would likely lead to a negative experience and diminish their overall happiness. By actively avoiding the flavor that causes displeasure, the individual keeps a more positive state of well-being. Expanding on the statement raises question related to the utilitarian perspective and its implication. Question: how does the utilitarian view on choosing ice cream flavor for oneself align with the broader utilitarian goal of maximizing overall happiness or pleasure? Basically, this GDB is focused on the utilitarianism ethic principle, which focuses that if you focus on large scale the maximizing well-being of the society, it will maximize the pleasure of the whole society. If you are going to make a decision which is disliked by the majority of the society, it will go against the principle of maximum pleasure, rather it will decrease the pleasure. So keeping this scenario in background or in your mind, you are going to be asked to expand on broader level, at country level or at a world level. Okay, how you going to apply this utilitarian principle of ethics in your life? So I am just giving you an idea about this one, so you can get it from your surrounding as well. So building dams to provide cheaper electricity to the public is aligned with the principle of maximizing well-being at large scale, while installing IPO-based electricity plant disliked as getting electricity at high rate is aligned with the principle of minimizing well-being or pleasure of the society. Focus on increasing export will increase pleasure of the exporter, resultantly maximizing the well-being of the country. That align with the maximizing principle of utilitarianism. Avoiding focus on developing, exporting, and rely on importing that minimizes the exporter pleasures, and this situation is aligned with the principle of minimizing pleasure. Focus on importing cars rather than encouraging establishing factories is against the principle of maximizing well-being of utilitarianism ethics. I hope you will find this solution useful. Thanks for watching. Assalamu alaikum.